Welcome to Pardon My Frenchie. This is me, 143. You don't have a friend, you have one now. I think as I get older, I cherish my memories a little bit more than I did when I was younger. And I appreciate them more because I tend to stop and really appreciate life. And I'm not in the rat race so much anymore. I still am. I mean, I'm in corporate America still. I have a lot of projects on the side and things that I do, but I've also lived a good amount of time. And so I have a lot of these wonderful memories. And it's that's the one thing that's great about the human mind is that there's a lot of things that we experience, but there's a lot of things that we also, I think the mind just holds on to a little bit more. And so I don't know if you're like this, but I'm like this. Um, Certain things I tend to cherish a little bit more. There's certain places that I tend to cherish a little bit more. And people won't understand this. They may think that they understand this, but I mean, and you probably have the same thing too. I mean, there might be something that strikes you as something that hits you a little bit differently, but I mean, even um, my first house, for instance, um, walking into my first house this past week. I as soon as I walk in that door, I could see the moment that I first got the keys to that house. I could see, the moment that, I first, walked my daughter in from kindergarten and first Halloweens and first, uh, Thanksgivings and when my dog had puppies there and all these wonderful, wonderful memories. And we had a home there and fireplaces and all these great times and snowball fights and all these great things and so when the home isn't the way that it was left when I left that home, or it's a little bit different, it hits you a little bit different. It's kind of like it makes you a little sad, but it doesn't mean that you can't put it back that way. Or I guess the good thing is that if you rebuild, you can rebuild it so that new memories can go there for somebody else, and somebody else's family can make new memories there. There's also different kind of places that can strike memories for people, whether it be, maybe a spot where somebody took their first honeymoon, or maybe it was a place where you had a first date, or maybe you visited your old high school or something like that. I remember when I had taken a cruise a few years back and my son and I, we were, it was one of our stops on our cruise, and we were sitting in the ocean together. It was just him and I. And I told him that the weather was perfect and everything was calm. And I told him to remember this moment. And I wanted him to remember that one day I'm going to be gone. He's going to be older. He's going to have his own family. And maybe, just maybe, he'll look back on it and smile and say, hey, I remember that. That was a cherished memory for me. Memories are a wonderful thing. And, sometimes people are unfortunate enough where they, start losing their memory. I know as we get older, not even with dementia or whatever, but as we get older, we start, we do lose memories. I mean, there's a lot of things that I don't remember from when I was a kid, but if I look back at pictures, things, spark memories. But it's a wonderful thing to be able to have places that are cherished places, but it's also a wonderful thing to have places in your mind that are kind of sacred to you that only you can go to. And, nobody else really knows exactly how special those places are. And, I mean, you kind of hope that one day they will. And more than likely they will, once, maybe they get older and they can look back and say, wow, I remember doing this and that. And, not every moment in life is, a solid memory, but I guarantee that if you really stop and think, there's some solid, really good memories that just really bring you back to a place that, just make you happy. And, just you want to keep slowing down life. Life goes by way too fast. And I think that that's part of the problem that we have now. I mean, we keep running through life so fast. Days go by so quick, and months go by, and we don't stop and enjoy the moments. We're constantly in motion, and without just taking the time, it's maybe a good reminder to, hey, take this second, maybe take that extra trip to, to the lake with your kids, or maybe take that extra half an hour to do something and just go watch the sunset. Something to make that extra memory. What's it going to do? What's it going to change to maybe take an extra half an hour off of work? Anything to make an extra memory. So until next week, hit that like or subscribe button. If you don't have a friend, you have one now. Put a comment below. Thanks for stopping by. This is me, 143. Pardon my Frenchie. Have a good day.